Thanks, Josh. I now have the pleasure of introducing ShanShan from My Ocean. ShanShan manages 10 groups on WeChat online, and through that she's able to control... and she controls the lives of thousands of people through WeChat. So that's the bottom line.
Virtual life.
Virtual life.
Sorry,
yeah,
virtual life.
Yeah. Go up.
Yes. So, all right. So it's time for me to shine. So, excuse me for being a little bit cranky right now because I'm on juice cleanse, and considering like the camera puts 10 pounds more weight on you, and by the way, how many cameras are here today? So, I'm gonna, it's kind of making me a little bit sad because I'm gonna talk about the story when I was like 10 to 15 pounds lighter. And it was in my younger and more vulnerable years that actually I responded to a ad posted on the BBS of my school. And it is actually a fashion exhibition happened in Beijing. So I was thinking, you know what, I'm tall, I'm like, the appearance is okay. So I just go there and then work for a company that I have never heard about and work in the business that is like entirely unknown to me. I was working as a model / interpreter / like secretary / sales representative, whatever. And then, I helped them for 3 days. And I was, like talking and like putting clothes, garments on me and, posing for the clients, whatever. And then after 3 days, the couple, actually it's a family business, so the couple came to me and gave me an offer that I actually cannot refuse. So they asked me to be their assistant / model / whatever, translator, because they want to tap into Chinese market. As you know, China is an emerging market. So, they want to know the Chinese people, Chinese clients, Chinese culture, and they think I'm actually a pretty good fit. And they want to take me to travel the world and to go to different exhibitions, go to fashion shows, and go to other. Actually, they get their raw material of the garments in auctions. So they ask me whether I'm up for it. And obviously, like, the dreams for anyone is like when you grow up, you want to be famous, you want to be a star, you want to be in the movies, you want to have a car, you want to, fresh and clean. I mean, Pussycat has that dream, and me too. So I just said yes. So that kind of like, opens the next chapter of my life. So it's really eye-opening. It's an amazing experience that, like, actually, a side note of that before that, I only traveled outside of China twice. Actually, it's once because I was only in Hong Kong once, but I actually need a visa to go there, and then I was in Thailand. So, I was never international traveler. I'm always in this mode for a good student. I was in med school and whatever. And then, I just said, yes, why don't I give it a try? So my, following major responsibilities can be broken into two parts. First is go to those fashion shows, exhibitions, and I get to travel to Hong Kong. I didn't go to Milan, but I went to Frankfurt. I was in Beijing, and then I accompanied them to those auctions. So it's great because of the nature of the business, we sell winter coats. So we actually go to all of Northern Europe and also North America, all those cold places. So I had the best steak in the outskirts of Toronto. Actually, I talked to a lot of Canadian people. Nobody has any idea what I'm talking about, but I was there. I had a steak. And then, so I was in Denmark, and then I traveled to Tivoli. Tivoli is a very cute, theme park. It's kind of like a landmark. And then I had, there's a very cute, rib. I think it's a rib restaurant next to Tivoli. And then they have, the yard like half of the human being tall, and then you have to actually give out one of your shoes to them in order to drink from the yard. Otherwise, they are afraid that you will steal the yard. And then I was in Germany, and then because my bosses, the couple are from Germany, so I was invited to a very cute, in their apartment, really cute, really beautiful. And then we were driving, and this is the first time that I've ever known that you can drive on the freeway without a speed limit. And actually that's true. And then we were in their daughter's little college town, and then, it's called Kia, and then nobody ever heard about that. I don't know why, And then it's a very beautiful, and then I get to work in auctions. It's descending auction. Like I later found it out in business school. It's called descending auction. It's not like, you yell the price, and then, the auctioneer says going once, going twice. It's not like that. It's really fast paced, and they go, from, high to, the price goes from high to low, and then, everybody wants to get to lowest price, and so they kind of have to please auctioneer. So in the auction, it's like an international pot or carousel, and I interacted with people from all diversified backgrounds. So I actually learned a little bit of the profanity of each language, to be honest. And I know how to say shit in German, and I know how to. I don't know. I didn't check out the PG level of this thing, so I know some words about intercourse, of course. And I'm not proud of that, but you kind of have to know it. And then I was actually in this business, especially because it's fashion, so there are a lot of Italians in it. So one day I was partying with a Italian company, and then everyone says that they are ex-mafia. So they were mafia before. So, I was young. I was really naive. And so I was asking one of their son, the younger ones, like, did your father ever kill people? So, but they obviously they laughed, but they kept feeding me the red wine that they brought from their own winery. And I got a little bit tipsy, so I went back to my hotel by myself. And then, luckily the next morning I didn't wake up with any decapitated horse in my bed, like I could have afforded a horse. But all right, so everything was really amazing. And then the other day, I was still single at the time. So there was a guy who actually really looks like the movie star I like most. Like I've been dreaming about him in all my adolescent lives. His name is Daniel Wu. So there's a guy, walking in the auction and wearing suit. So fun fact about me, guys in suit are irresistible to me. So it's 80% Daniel Wu plus the suit. And then, we were together for a few auctions. I never actually got to talk to him. It's because I never ever ask anyone I like to go out or anything. So I'm like that. Maybe it's Sloan pride or anything, but I don't know. And then finally, I think the last auction that I was in, it was in Seattle. And then he's saying have you ever been in the city? I said no. And he's like, do you want to go to the downtown just to see what's it like? And then, obviously I said yes. And then, it was downtown Seattle. Actually, there's some sketchy people over there. So I was trying to, I got a little bit scared. So, but I still want to keep a distance. And then he's like, it looks like your, the purse in your hand is really heavy. And do you want me to carry it? But I said no. But, that's kind of it. But all these fleeting but beautiful episodes of the life, is really unforgettable and memorable. So I got the signal. Obviously, I have to enter to the major takeaway part. Business students, whatever. So the story kind of ends there. I never worked as a model professionally afterwards. That's probably the reason that I never dated Leonardo DiCaprio, or I never married Tom Brady, or I have to pay for my own Victoria's Secrets. But no regrets. I was doing okay. And I took the GRE and I came to United States, and I was never a model, but I was a medical student. I was a doctor afterwards. I was a researcher afterwards for breast cancer, which I'm very proud of. And I was a clinical research associate, whatever that means. And then now I'm in Sloan. I was a venture capitalist in the past summer. So what I want to tell people is that you can be different things. You just don't let what is expected from you get in your way. And this is something that I never get to tell a lot of people. Actually, there are very limited number of people who know this past life, because this is something that I never get to put it on my resume. Like, it doesn't matter where I submit it. I really can't put it on my resume. And, but what, here comes the word. What I learned from this experience is that no matter, afterwards, when I'm facing a difficult person or difficult situation, I always hold my head up. For one reason is that I can easily get a double chin. I'm, pretty overweight right now. And for the other reason is that I partied with ex-mafia. What I'm afraid of. I'm fear about nothing. I have, fear about nothing. So I guess that's the story, and coming from China, the traditional culture, whatever, and I'm glad that I get out of the mode. Hope you enjoyed it.